Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. Yeah, you know.
Hey everybody, what's up? You are tuned into the Daps and Pound show. If you don't know what that is, well, my name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobby.
We represent two mics,
Two friends,
and one show,
the Daps and Pound show. Give me
Guys,
some.
we've done it. We're on episode 37.
37, man.
37. We're creeping up on that 50, and I promise you we will get there. Guys, we have been rocking out with you guys for close to a year. In January sometime, I think maybe the middle of January, it'll be a year.
February was the beginning.
February. Okay, so February, it'll be a year. It's October here now. This is crazy that this year has just kind of zoomed by.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
We thank you guys so much for the support. If you want to support us, find us, all that stuff, where can they find us at?
Daps_pounds on Twitter and Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, throw that subscribe button. If you want to keep on watching the best darn podcast
In the world.
We're trying, and we're in the midst of talking about doing new things and stuff because we just want to make sure that we gave you consistent viewership and listens for the first year, and then, we'll go from there. So you can find us again on Twitter, Instagram. If you're listening, you can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on iTunes. You can also find us on our website at Daps and Pound. No, oh my goodness.
Daps and Pounds ENT.com.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah. And then you can download the podcast from there. It teaches you straight to your phone, or if any of you still have the iPod or the Nanos.
So many avenues for you to get in contact with us.
We try.
Guys, we try to give you guys the best podcast ever. So if you have any questions at all, always reach out to us on Twitter. You can find us there. And we call those our Dappy Qs. I looked. I don't think we have any Dappy Qs this week.
No Dappy Qs. We didn't really ask for many Dappy Qs.
That's true. This coming week, we'll do a better job of asking you guys for Dappy Qs. But we will answer them here live on the podcast. You can be remembered in time forever on a podcast. And we'll call you out. We'll shout you out. We'll tell people to follow you, anything like that. So make sure you get in those Dappy Qs. We are going to start the show the only way we know how. That's with our good, bad. Okay, do you want to go first? You want me to go first, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. What's going on in the life of Zach Dobler? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling cars. I'm handing out L's. Okay, I work at Lexus. If you wanted to know why I said handing out L's, been doing that. Trying to work on a little bit of music. Trying to do stuff around the house.
Okay.
Good though. We're able to get a king-size bed.
Very nice.
That was super sweet. Got it at Furniture Row, and it was one of those beds that they had it on clearance because it was like last year's model. Even though it's the exact same bed, they just have to rename it, or like they'll change like one design or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we got it for a super cheap deal. Barely paid any money out of pocket, so that was awesome. And then, excuse me, goodness, why am I burping and sneezing? We had for like the comforter and stuff, there was like a Burberry print. It wasn't Burberry, but it had that same kind of like the tan color with the red line and stuff like that.
Okay.
That classic kind of print there as a bedspread, and they were all sold out except the display. And I asked the guy, I was like, "Are you guys gonna sell the display?" He's like, "Yeah, it's the last one." And so it was originally $100, and they sold it to us for $24.
Oh wow!
So we were like, "Sweet."
There you go.
So that was awesome. And then, so that was a lot of the good. I would say good too was that on Thursday Night Football, because that Kansas City Raiders game was so fun to watch. That was a crazy game. For those of you who did not watch it and are into sports, definitely go look up the highlights. There was 3 plays with 0 seconds left. 0 seconds left, 3 plays. So
that's insane. Super
cool. Really enjoyed that. I thought that was good. Bye week for the University of South Carolina, so nothing happened there. We didn't win or lose, so I'm okay with that. Yeah. Getting healthy. be out here. And I'm trying to think what bad happened. I will say one of the bad was like our neighbor's dog got. Sometimes we just let them come over because their dog goes crazy seeing Belle and Otto like run around. So we're like, yeah, just throw them over the fence. And we were just chatting. And then eventually they had to go. So I picked Jersey up. Jersey is the name of their dog. And I'm pretty sure she just had poop all over her because like my jeans and everything had poop all over it. They all thought it was really funny. But I mean, yeah, it was pretty nuts, man. You know,
That's really
held a
gross.
baby. That was crazy.
Held a baby.
You held a baby too.
That's part of my good. Yeah, it's.
That's a good segue then.
All right, good segue. So good, bad for me. So bad into a good really. So I was doing agency work, and I have to be careful because I have listeners that are still affiliated. But I was working at an agency for like a year and 9 months. It's crazy it was that long. But I was working at an agency for a year and 9 months for advertising. And they're going through just a complete like restructuring, and the company is just like falling pretty much. And I no longer work there as part of that restructure, as part of that fall that they're going through right now. So, I got the news on Thursday, but like it's a crazy thing because I'm learning to find comfort in being uncomfortable. And like the podcasts from the past when I've talked about like having a 5-year plan and everything like that, I'm actually super blessed that I started doing that, because without that, then I think I would be lost. But I have St. Louis magazines that I'm going to start contributing to. I'm going to start hustling and building up my client base the way I had before. I'm in a very blessed position. I have other things going on too. So I feel really bad. I think it's tough when folks that are older and don't come in with an educational background lose their positions because they have nowhere to go, and that really sucks for them. My heart goes out to them. I love them. I pray for them. I worked with some great people for almost 2 years, so shouts out to them. But I'm blessed. I'm feeling good about the future. I'm feeling good about the upcoming opportunities. Mm-hmm. I'm emailing every day between people. Like, the future can only get brighter for me from here. So it's a transition. It's like an uncomfortable transition for me, but
you're in the cocoon, man.
Yeah, it's nothing for me to feel down about. I was compensated. I feel good about that compensation. So I feel like this is the start of something really, really cool. I don't know. I may be moving to St. Louis soon. I may not. It just kind of depends on things. But right now, I'm just staying in the Word, staying happy, staying even keel about everything. And it feels really good. So I guess that is like something that can be a bad that's gone into a good, is that the future is very bright, and I like where things are going. A lot of hard work though coming up, a lot of grind coming up, but it's okay. That uncomfortable grind is where you not only make the most income, but when you make the most out of all your talents, because you're forced, your back's against the wall. So I really appreciate that. Other good for me is that we had a chance to break open the grill last night. We had most of the family there. When I say family, I mean my friends. I just don't usually have. I don't call people friends. I call people brother and like sister. And my sister Bree, she had a child 5 weeks ago. And I've been super busy. She's been super busy. Hadn't had a chance to see the baby. So we met Rylan last night. I held her for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I look at her like a little niece. Like, she's the homie. She's family. She's a gorgeous baby. Pouty lips. She makes the funniest faces. She's very cute. I've held babies before a lot, but Rylan was different. Rylan was heavy. She was kicking. She was feeling good. So shout out to Rai. See her again soon. But that was an experience. An idiot named Brandon, he held the baby too. We had to let him hold the baby, and the funniest part is this video on Snapchat where he's holding the baby. People are like, "Why are you standing like this?" He's like, "Because this will give me the balance I need." So it was great, man. It was great times. Got to see the homie E. Got to see a lot of people last night. So it was good vibes for everybody. It was a family atmosphere. That felt good. So yeah, good, bad from both of us. And honestly, everything's good because I think we both have like a good outlook on life. We find the good in everything.
We try.
We are going to move towards the next segment of the show.
It
is our new music. Now, I apologize. I forgot my charger that we're looking off of right now. I don't even know if you can see the computer and camera, but
yeah, you can.
Okay, so forgot the charger, but it's okay. I have my iPhone. We can work off the iPhone if the MacBook decides to die on me. But we're gonna start off with the biggest hip hop release that everyone was talking about. It was trending number 2 at one point at like 3 a.m. I know because I was awake, and it is Super Slimy. All right, Future and Young Thug. This tape, it's funny their relationship because when Young Thug first started buzzing, they actually didn't like each other. They actually were beefing a little bit. Mm-hmm. They actually got cool during the Boy Meets World tour, the Drake tour. He brought Future out, he brought Young Thug out, and backstage they talked and they're kind of like, there's enough money for all of us. So they got cool. They talked about this tape for a long time. It hadn't come out yet, and they finally released Super Slimy. And it's kind of set up the same way that the Drake and Future mixtape was set up, because they have singles where it's just them and they have collabs. I think every year Future should just collab with someone and put out a tape. It'd be kind of cool if that became like his thing. We'd always wonder what tape is gonna come out featuring Future now. But Super Slimy is truly a combination of both of them. I like it. There's no like crazy hits that are gonna go number 1 or anything like that. There's nothing like that. There's no Billboard smashes or anything like that. You will see some stuff on the iTunes charts from this for sure, but I don't think that there's any like big platinum selling hits the way that Jumpman, from the Drake and Future collab went platinum probably multiple times by now. The way that Jumpman was like the crazy single in commercials, everything. You're not going to have that because neither of these guys are like commercial enough to do that. And there's nothing on there that's the caliber of that kind of bop. But I really do enjoy the project. Petite Water featuring Offset is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And Killed Before Young Thug is my favorite song, probably on the whole thing, because Young Thug just like belts. And whenever Young Thug sings and just goes for it, it's just funny. It's just funny to me. I don't know. This is music that you can just have on while doing something. You're not gonna you're not gonna spark any life-changing ideas while listening to this. So yeah, and Super Slimy. How you feel?
Best beat goes to Feed Me Dope.
Yes, the Feed Me Dope beat is hard. That's already on Rap Caviar. So I think Feed Me Dope might be the one that the streets really elect.
Feed Me Dope was to me was the one that like caught my interest. That one, and then the one with Offset.
Yeah,
that you mentioned earlier. But yeah, I mean, it's just you know what to expect.
Oh my gosh,
it's like a Gucci project.
And the songs run together. The songs run together. The songs sound really similar. Hooks sound similar. But there's a few on there that have different flows. But it's one of those things where if you're into that music, this is like the best day of your life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I can listen to it sometimes. Sometimes I can't, but sometimes I definitely can. And I will go back to certain songs on this. I will not go back to the whole project and listen from the beginning to end of this, probably, unless I'm working out or something like that. It'd be good to do that. But
Gucci.
Moving on, Young Dolph. It's Dolph. Thinking Out Loud. He dropped his project. We've talked about him a little bit because of his beef with my guy. From Memphis, Yo Gotti.
Right.
He's gotten shot before from Yo Gotti's entourage multiple times. They've beefed super hard. He got out of the hospital like 3 days ago, dropped this. It wasn't bad. It was not bad. Go Get Some Mo featuring Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign is my favorite song on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Once again, Ty is the guy. But this almost like Super Slimy, what we were just talking about, it's just music that's on. It's nothing that's going to be life-changing. I don't think it's going to have any hits on it. I think that this is just real street music, and if you're into Dolph, which he does have a cult following, actually. I was checking out some stuff, and people actually really do love Young Dolph, Young Dolphin. But I don't know. It's good if you're into it. If you're not, then it's kind of hard because he does rap really slow. Like sometimes he raps just you could fit 3 bars in between his words. Sometimes it's ridiculous.
Hooked on phonics rap.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, shout out to Dolph. Thinking Out Loud is out now. We have Flicker, the debut album from Niall Horan or Horan. I'm not sure if it's Horan or Horan.
I don't know.
I'm not British. Horan. Maybe it's Horan. Niall Horan dropped Flicker. Now, I actually liked this. It's very poppy. He had Slow Hands, which Slow Hands to me is one of the best songs that to ever come out of the solo One Direction kids. Slow Hands is really good. This Town, I'm not that big a fan of. That was like one of his first little singles he put out before it was announced that he was really, really dropping an album. On the Loose is decent. And I like Mirrors. Mirrors I like a lot. It's the second to last track right before the Tide. I like that song. But I don't know. I think he's going to have to choose whether or not he wants to be a pop act and be real poppy or singer. Yeah, like
Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, he's going to have to choose. I think he would do better to do more Slow Hands type stuff.
I agree.
But we'll see. But it's called Flicker.
He's not the pop guy.
No, I don't think he is either. Keisha Cole dropped an album, 11/11 Reset. I did not have a chance to listen to that. H.E.R, H.E.R, we've talked about her on this podcast before. She has a crazy heavenly voice. She dropped, I don't know whether to call this a debut album or not. What she did was kind of similar to The Weeknd dropping the trilogy, where he had all of his past mixtapes and EPs on one project. She dropped both Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the H.E.R. projects, and then added 6 new songs to it. The 6 new songs are fire. I will say that. They're really good. Volume 1 and Volume 2 are fire because she's really, really, really talented. Shout out to Best Part featuring Daniel Caesar. You can hear that song on Daniel Caesar's album, and it's so good. We love Daniel Caesar, so you can't get enough of that. But yeah, it's her. Go get that. If you've never heard of her, then this would be the best time to do it because she's giving you a project with everything on it. So it's a good way to be introed. KB. So KB, we've talked about a little bit here and there. He's a Christian hip hop artist. We've talked about him in comparison to Lecrae and Emilio. Is he still 116? Is he still signed?
Yeah.
Still signed to Reach Records then. He dropped Today We Rebel, all right? This is a full-length project, 14 songs. Has Aha Gazelle, who talked about before, and Emilio, King Country, and Lecrae on it. What do you think about this?
In my opinion, it is KB's best project that he has put out. It goes has a wide range of places it goes, but it feels very cohesive and thought out. It's got some bangers on it, like Monster. I think Primetime is crazy.
Primetime is
Not Today, Satan, with Andy Mineo, who we always have praise for. The Art of Drifting and Art of Hope is like definitely like a perfect song, honestly, to put like in the middle of the project.
Art of Hope is nuts
because it like really just the Art of Drifting, he just lays it all out on the line of what he struggles with.
Yeah.
And then Art of Hope is trying to say, like, but there's another side to this. And it's really powerful of a statement. And in my opinion, those 2 songs kind of, like, represent the album as a whole. But then on top of that, then you have songs that are just fun and, that are more KB's, like, energy, up-tempo tracks. So I've gone back to this project. I haven't listened to it the whole way through, but there are certain songs that stand out to me. Believe it or not, I actually didn't really like the song with Lecrae, as funny as that is, compared to like all the other ones. I thought feature-wise, it was actually kind of weak. Even though like Lecrae just had one of his biggest albums he's dropped. But overall, I really liked this project. I did. And I recommend anybody who is looking for something new, check it out. If you haven't heard of him, his track record now is pretty long. Some of his projects, though, early on, I said were weak. I just wasn't a fan of him. But the last 2 projects, he's really starting to grow into himself. But this project is, in my opinion, his best complete work. And for those of you who are 116 fans, I think you'll like it. I've only heard one person who says he wasn't a fan of it. And I honestly didn't know what to say to him because I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't know what KB you're looking for then.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is his best project that he's ever put out. And I think he's finally finding that even space where he's been kind of searching for what kind of artist he is. And I definitely appreciate it. I like it. Like I said, Art of Hope is one of my favorite songs on the entire album, as well as Not Today, Satan with Andy Mineo. So if you are looking for new music, make sure you check out Today We Rebel, and that's KB's project. Look him up. And if you've never heard of him, there's a good intro. Look him up. Darius Rucker, he dropped When Was the Last Time? And let me tell you something. The only song I want to mention on this is Hands on Me. Fire.
Is it really?
Fire. Shout out to Darius Rucker, man. Fire.
Shout out to Carolina alumni.
Everything else like kind of sounds like the same song, but it's not bad. It's Darius Rucker, but
right.
Everything else is pretty same songy, but it's good overall. Let's see what else dropped. Any other albums dropped?
I listened to Beautiful Eulogy.
Yes.
Worthy. Humble Beast Records is where they're from. I'm trying to remember all the rappers. If you can read it in the description, I think it lists it because there's 3 of them. I think one's named, I think it's like Thomas Braille. I don't even remember anybody else. I could have completely butchered that. This album is a meaty album.
Yeah.
This is so if you think of Super Slimy, this is the exact opposite of Super Slimy.
Yeah.
Like literally in every way,
this
shape,
is
or form.
incredibly like content driven. It's
Yes.
completely wordy.
Wordy, poetic, spoken word.
Yeah.
I mean, just instrumentals to try to make you feel some type of way with like overture. If like from the standpoint, and this is a Christian album, so that it's Christian perspectives, but from the standpoint of the word play within throwing in theology is crazy.
Yeah. I think so too. Now, here's what I'll say.
Choruses are weak.
Choruses are weak, and sometimes I struggled while listening to this if it was too wordy.
Right, yeah.
That's one thing I will say. One of the guys reminds me of Macklemore a lot. I don't know why. But I struggled with if this was too wordy because... And I feel the same way when I listen to like Master Killa and Raekwon from Wu-Tang.
Right.
Sometimes I'm just getting like worded to death, and I'm like,
you're like that kid,
whoa.
that gif, that
Yes,
black kid with the red shirt, and he's like getting
just like,
smacked with all the
yes.
wind, and he's like, oh.
Yes, that is how I feel. Or is that Galifianakis with the math?
Yeah.
Like, going on that gif. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes listening to Beautiful Eulogy, especially on a song If, because it's so theology like strong, and Slain as well. When I was listening to Slain, I was like, okay, but at the same time,
okay.
It's not bad. Like, it's not. None of this
at all.
is bad. I think spoken word is a really good way to actually characterize it.
Yeah,
is
spoken
instrumental
word.
spoken word, spoken word with music behind it. They are not rappers per se to me, like not like super rap, but I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. I think these guys could give a beautiful eulogy. I think that these guys could give beautiful sermons, and I feel like that's what it is. It's sermons with beats behind it. And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So go get that. Beautiful Eulogy. Worthy is the name of the album.
Worthy is the name of slain. I didn't even know Hillsong Worship came out with another project.
Dude, they like literally
They've been dropping a lot.
And they have so many sectors
it's
of
confusing.
Hillsong that they just like put them out. I'm like, oh my gosh. Boys to Men, Under the Streetlight. It's just 3 of them. It's not the full group. They put out kind of a doo-wop album. This is their like boom ba boom ba type of feel. And it's not bad. Up on the Roof is my favorite song. I'll Come Running Back to You featuring Brian McKnight is really good as well. Brian McKnight's on 3 songs out of 10. And he does his thing. I like Brian McKnight. But they gotta chill. This is it. We're done.
They're trying to make more money, bro.
I know. They have the commercial that's funny. I've seen them in the pharmacy, whatever. Boys to Men.
Oh.
Boys to Men, now you're old men now. I need you to chill. I need you to...
There's no more boy in you.
No. Men to grand men. I'm just done. I don't need any more Boys to Men under the streetlight. Although I appreciate a couple songs. We're done. Boys to Men. You gotta chill out a little bit. I don't know if there was anything else album-wise. I think we're getting into last week. I'm going to flip over to the Loosies and see if there's any singles.
Loosey Goosies.
Now, listen, man. I'm telling you, Taylor Swift dropped Gorgeous, and I'm still not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I think...
It's her Yeezus, bro.
I think this album has a chance to be Trinidad Dash. I really do. Like...
In the standard of Tory,
in the standard
of
her, the same way people come at Drake and say that not nothing was the same. Say that what was the one before More Life?
Views.
A lot of people hated Views and felt like Views was Trinidad Dash.
On, man.
I think that when you're holding it up to the standard of Taylor Swift.
No, but Drake's singles were way better than.
I mean, he won. I mean, Hotline Bling. When you put that on an album, like it's gonna be driven. I love
Dance.
I love
Child's Play.
I love that album.
Gosh.
I'm not saying it, but there's a lot of people who really
You're right.
hate Views.
I don't know how you can compare it to this bullcrap she's putting out.
This is terrible though. I'm not.
You made me do.
Taylor Swift is just nope.
Candy paint with a white on top.
Post Malone, Candy Paint. He dropped another single to follow up Rockstar. It's just his time. He has the melody, man. He has the right melody at the right time. It's connecting. This will not be as big as Rockstar. I don't think it's as good of a song. But Candy Paint is good, and I think it's gonna feel good on an album. I think it's gonna feel good in the landscape of an album too. So I'm really feeling it. But yeah, that's just me, man.
He's next.
I like it. We talked about Young Dolph already. Calvin Harris, Faking It. It is Kalani and Lil Yachty. I'm wondering if he's gearing up for a Funk Volume 2. He dropped Funk Volume 1.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I think he might be doubling down on the hip-hop mix albums.
Yeah.
And it'd be smart because the first one's fire, man. I play it when I cook.
It's so good.
Like, I go back to it and listen to it. It's actually really good. Then we have Maroon 5. They've been having a lot of hip-hop features. They just had SZA. They had someone else before. A$AP Rocky. It's called Whiskey. Their album's called Red Pill Blues.
Red Poop.
Red Poop Blues. That's
I don't know, dude.
Red Pill
Mary
Blues.
has noticed it. I've been saying like
with poop. Yep.
And like I don't know why.
What's going on with you, man?
But
let's talk about
to
it.
To me,
what's up?
PPs just sound so funny. I don't know.
PPs?
PP.
Like
just PP.
PP or
just PP? Because
you mean PP as in piss or
penis? Like because when they use the word
penis.
like they use it as they say PP.
Penis talk.
But poop. I don't know.
Poop.
Mary's getting really sick and tired of it. She's like, and I kind of almost do it because I know it bugs her. But then I just said it again. And so it's like maybe becoming too much of a habit. One day I'm going to be at work and they're going to be like, I want a Lexus. You mean like, you want to poop Lexus?
Oh my God.
It's dumb. I admit it. That's just, that came out subconsciously. So I had to explain myself.
No, that's fine. We like the explanation. There's someone
Speaking of singles, Don't Judge
like,
Me, literally, by Ty
Dolla $ign. Beach House 3 is going to be fire, man.
Dude, Beach House 3 is Gonna be great.
Don't Judge Me is featuring Future and Sway Lee from Ray Shermer. I think this is going to be really good. Ty Dolla $ign keeps putting out really good stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
So Sabrina Claudio, Belong to You. We talked about her album. This is just a single off the album that she's dropping. But the album's good. And we've already spoken about that. Baby Bash and Frankie J are coming out with an album called Sangria. They put a acoustic version of Sugar Sugar, which is their hit from like,
a long time ago,
04, 05 in that area, and it was
it
was just an absolute smash. Sugar Sugar is right. I love that song. Acoustic version on their upcoming album. Let's see here. I didn't listen to Problem. Liam Payne. He is one of the other One Directioners. He dropped Bedroom Floor. He's trying to be sexy. I'm not attracted to him, so there's that.
Oh, I didn't realize. I missed the Body Talk Mahi Jordan single.
Yeah, Magic Jordan just dropped. This is going to be on The Space Between, which is coming out end of October, I think.
Good.
Body Talk. I like the single. I think that their album, their first album, full album, disappointed me.
Okay.
I wanted it to be like their 2 EPs they dropped beforehand, because the 2 EPs they dropped beforehand were absolutely fire.
Okay.
I think they're getting back to a little bit of that. Still not 100% that sound from the singles I've heard, but I think they're getting back to a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. MGMT dropped Little Dark Age. I like MGMT. It's just fun driving around music. It's pretty good. The single, rather, is pretty good. There's some stuff I haven't listened to on here. I listened to Chris Stapleton. He dropped Millionaire. He's getting ready to come out with From a Room.
I wanna be a millionaire, so freaking bad.
No, I wish I could sound like Chris Stapleton. His voice.
Yeah,
is,
his
like,
voice is nuts.
insane.
I'm not even.
Millionaire is good though. It's pretty good. I'm looking for, he evokes emotion, so I need more than just a country single from him. I need that soul from Chris Stapleton. Baka, he dropped again. Baka Not Nice.
I didn't know that.
I Am Who I Am. See, last week he dropped Money in the Bank. And then this week he dropped I Am Who I Am. And I think their awareness is off, and why you didn't know is because he drops them on like Wednesday night or like Thursday night.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out on Fridays. Money in the Bank came out like last Wednesday.
How'd you like them?
I mean, it's OVO's attempt at making young Dolph music, like mindless club driven music. Lyrics aren't anything at all. Like, it's their attempt to fill that void. Baka Not Nice. You've heard him on countless Drake projects. He's on a ton of interludes. Even Nothing Was the Same, he was in the background of one interlude.
That's old school Baka.
He got out of jail and became Drake's security guard, had a passion for music, and Drake signed him. So shout out to Baka Not Nice. The song is called I Am Who I Am. It's pretty funny. I don't mind it at all. Derek Minor dropped this morning featuring Anisha Burchett. I haven't had a chance to listen to this, but the last Derek Minor project I actually really enjoyed, so I'm hoping it's pretty good. Chris Brown, Only For Me, featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Verse Simmons. It's
I'm
just
not
okay.
looking forward to this album because it's 40-something songs.
45, I think.
I'm not
Heartbreak
looking
on a Full
forward to
Moon.
it.
What sucks is, even if he has like 3 Billboard top 10s on it,
He'll get lost.
it will be a failure because you have 45 songs.
You just need to put out 6 of your best songs.
It's rough. It's rough in this climate where people are cutting songs from their album because they're trying to,
If I was Chris Brown's manager, and I'm sure Chris Brown's like, no, I do what I want, I would say, these are your... I'll do 6 songs. Because 6 or 10, all right? Depends on how many hits are on this album. I'd say, these are your songs. We're making a music video for every single one of your songs. Because Chris Brown's music videos, in my opinion, make the song better.
I would agree with you, especially when you're talking about like turn up the music,
right?
And stuff like
Turn
that.
up the music, Fine China, like, so that would be my mind state. Is let's make a 10-song album. Let's figure out a brand around it.
Yeah.
Let's figure out an image. Let's get some merch. Let's get some music videos on every single one of them, and we'll push it from there.
Yeah, he's just in La La Land, I think, and he's just I don't know. Maybe these are songs that he's had for like a really long time, and he just
Probably.
wants to empty his hard drive and start fresh with something. 45 songs. I know they've talked on Everyday Struggle about how it could be for streaming. You make a lot of money the more songs you have out. So if he gets 25 songs streaming, that's probably a lot
Bryson
of money.
Tiller, though. Don't tell that to Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just don't know how this project is gonna end up. If he drops 45 songs, and the singles I've heard so far, one of them is really good. Questions is good.
Knowing Chris Brown though, every album has at least had like 2 really good songs.
If there's 15 songs, this sounds crazy to say. If there's 15 songs out of 45 and they're fire, I think we'll look at Chris Brown and be like, Chris Brown's back. He's done it. But fam, that's still over 20 songs.
That's like 2
that are
hours
filler.
of music. 3
That's
hours.
Insane, man. It's seriously insane. I don't know what he's gonna do. This is crazy. Moving on, Black Bear. We've talked about Black Bear before. He dropped Bright Pink Tims featuring Cameron. The significance behind that is Cameron used to be the leader of the Diplomats, and he brought like pink fashion on men. He used to wear pink fur. He had a pink Range Rover, pink phone. So Black Bear has tapped Cameron to kind of get back in that Dipset mode. For that, I actually like the song. Rita Ora, Anywhere. This is her first single. I don't mind this at all. It's not EDM, but it's like transic, and I think if Rita Ora does that, because it's easy for her to fall into that Rihanna lane.
Right.
And I don't think that she can compete with Rihanna, so I don't think she should do that. But this transic type of weird, almost hippie vibe, she can do that, and I feel like she'll have better success.
Right.
The pop female Rihanna thing is sewed up. It's Rihanna or Beyonce. If you can't do that, the pop R&B mix,
Rihanna,
then you have to drop down to the other pop, which is Charlie XCX, Zara Larson.
Bibi,
that stuff's wide open.
BB Rexa.
BB Rexa. There's tons of people in that. But if you're not in between one of those, then you got to do something else.
Get out of the way.
Let's see here. Is that all? I think that might be all.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
a
might
lot.
be all that dropped. Guys, that was our new music segment. What happened? Aha Gazelle.
In the Bag? Isn't that what it's called?
Aha Gazelle dropped again, In the Bag.
No, is that the song? You have to look it up.
Let me look.
He dropped it off. He just announced that his last project, Trill I Am 3, is coming out in the beginning of November. Trill I Am 3 is concluding the EPs that came out. So Trill I Am 1, Trill I Am 2. And then he said Trill I Am 3 is basically, like I said, going to close out that story. And also, too, it is actually going to be like a 15-track production, which is nice because his EPs were only about like 7-8 songs.
Boot Camp, featuring Tony
yeah.
Richard and Staringo. It is super Louisiana. It sounds like Lil Boosie should be on it.
Staringo is the dude who just bodied everybody.
Staringo is fire.
That chorus is sick. If you guys like that, anything like Wipe Me Down, like, do what you want.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. So Trillium 3 is coming out soon from Aha Gazelle. Make sure you go do that. He's another Reach Records guy. We like to support them. So make sure you check on that.
So that's all for the brand new music. If we missed anything, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Twitter, shout us out in the comments down below on YouTube. And we look for comments, so we want to talk to you guys. We want to talk about music. We want the Dappies to be a community with each other. So that's all we got for this week for new music.
We have a little time.
Yeah, I was going to let my dog out. He's been whining.
Okay.
Otto whines. When Otto whines,
out.
he's like, yo, I got to go.
All right, let your dog out, and we're going to cut back right here. Hey, guys, and we're back. Just like that. Just like that. Listen, all right. Pigeons and Planes. Pigeons and Planes is a division of Complex News. They pretty much are all about the new upcoming artists, or they're supposed to be. So they're kind of operate as a new music blog as well. So Pigeons and Planes, they tweeted out a couple days ago this question. If you had a chance to listen to one album again for the very first time, what would it be? I held off on tweeting my answer because I wanted to save it for this podcast. A lot of answers I saw from friends of ours. were really interesting and really cool. That was fun to see. It was fun to see a lot of people. There was a lot of 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Tryings out there. I enjoyed that. There was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Biggie. Jay-Z. There's a lot of Wu-Tang, a lot of Jay-Z. So it was really interesting. But I'll start with you. If you could listen to one album again for the very first time, what would it be?
Dude, I haven't been able to pick between two albums that I've been going... Well, three, actually. So there's three albums that... I have to just pick one. And I've been struggling hard with this answer.
Okay.
I would probably, first time listening it through, I'd probably have to say, because the only reason I like this too is because that means you didn't hear the singles. You see what I mean? Singles come out before the album, so that means you listen to this album fresh. I would say Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreak.
Okay.
Because
he was he was one that I was going between two.
Because that sound is still so iconic. Mm-hmm. And that album from front to back with the melodies, like, I loved. So in my opinion, just the 808 experience, being able to just put on your headphones, getting lost in that world that Kanye created with that album. It's about that time too.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
It's about that time. Every winter, it's about that
colder.
time for that 808s
boom, boom, boom.
Heartbreak, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
So you're going to go with that? You're going to go with 808s and Heartbreak, Kanye West?
I'll explain my other ones that the one that I struggle with back and forth. It might be the one that you pick. I don't know, but mainly because I just want to hear like one song for the first time again. But what's your answer? And then we'll talk about maybe some other choices.
I struggle between three as well. 2 hip hop, 1 non-hip hop, and the one that I came to is Continuum by John Mayer.
Dude,
like, Continuum is one of my probably in the top 5 albums of all time for me.
So listening to it on vinyl, did it?
It's great.
Like,
it's great. I mean, the audio quality on vinyls just brings out all of the tiny instruments, so I like it. Continuum. The first time I heard Continuum, bro, like, I got to I Don't Trust Myself, and I was like, whoa, like this is. I don't trust myself with loving you. Like, it's just crazy. That album blends R&B, jazz.
Stop This Train, dude.
Stop This Train. My gosh. Gravity. Okay, the song Gravity is illegal. Like, it shouldn't exist. Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. When You're Dreaming with a Broken Heart.
That song's... Yeah, that's true. There's
Find Another You. That album is just packed full of content. Like, John Mayer, Continuum, there will never be another album quite like it. And I don't think he can even produce an album like that has that. Like, every song is just wild. So
right.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't say enough about it. Continuum is just great. It was between that for me and College Dropout.
Okay.
And Country Grammar Nelly. And I'll say Country Grammar Nelly because, you know, I grew up, I was always super cognizant of hip hop, but I went to a private school and all the kids there were listening to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and I grew up listening to Temptations and the Jackson 5 and stuff like that. So hip hop wasn't my focus until Country Grammar came out. He was from the Midwest. It swept everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Country Grammar Nelly was huge. People forget about how iconic Nelly really is.
Yeah.
Like, he did it, man. So that College Dropout changed music and how it's made and just everything. The skits, everything. College Dropout was amazing. But none of those compared to me to Continuum about what it did the first time I heard it. So
I remember the first time I listened to Heartbreak.
Yeah, it'll
Like that song. Like
Heartbreak. So
I listened to that
Welcome to
literally
Heartbreak.
like right away. I listened to it like 10 times in a row.
It's so good. Streetlights is Streetlights is just
like, see,
just
that's what I'm saying.
nuts,
Like,
yeah.
just to be able to, and for me, my greatest experience. Some people may be like driving in your car and stuff like that, but there's something about like just having a good pair of noise canceling headphones,
Sure.
laying in your bed with like in pitch black,
Yeah.
and just like focusing
Yeah.
on everything that you're listening to.
Yeah.
The other albums for me, actually, Orange Channel by Frank Ocean.
Oh, Channel Orange.
Channel Orange, sorry. And because that album
So
still
good.
goes from front to back in an incredible way. I want to be able to hear that Pyramids transition for the first time again.
Gosh, dude, Pyramids is so underrated.
But just the whole album in general is so good. You know, like Super Rich Kids, like I didn't think I'd come when I
Super
first
Rich
listened to
Kids
that
is so
song, I
good.
didn't think I would come back to it as much as I did, you
So
know?
good.
And
Pilot
just
Jones. So
crack,
good.
yeah. I mean, the whole album was so good, and I listened to that one sitting in the smallest dorm possible. Think about it. No, it's probably about this size room, but there's 2 bunk beds. Like,
Yeah.
there are 2 beds and a little small closet, and
Yeah.
I mean, and I just sat in the like desk and I just like listened to it. That was amazing. And I want to listen to Drake's "Take Care" again, to listen to Marvin's Room and be like, yo,
Yeah.
this song is nuts.
Yeah.
Like Marvin's Room, mainly because I think Marvin's Room is the most iconic song on that album, and I think it will be when we look back on it. I know people still say it's a classic, but there's still so many great songs on that project. But I mean, Marvin's Room, like when you
Marvin's
listen
Room's
to it, you just knew, like you're like, this song is crazy.
It's amazing.
And so I'd like to experience that for the first time again. But I think 808s and Heartbreak, just because it's in my top 5, along with Continuum.
So Far Gone for the first time it would be crazy.
That
It's
would
so
be
weird
nuts,
because
too.
I remember listening to it the first time, and I don't know if my ear at the time could appreciate the way I do now.
Yeah.
Because what was that song I hated? That and you winning, just a little bit. I hated that song.
Just a little bit.
And Dobie loved it. He just would go around singing it all the
A little
time.
bit in love with you.
And I would hate
Maybe.
that song.
And it's so funny because there's songs. There was a song on More Life that's kind of just like that. Almost.
And you know what's crazy? I love
You
that
love
song.
that song.
But it took me to like I just wasn't. My ears weren't just tuned to like that much.
Right.
Different stuff on an album on one project. And looking back, like A Little Bit's one of my favorite songs I play now off of So Far Gone. Like I love A Little Bit now. So hearing that again for the first time, I wonder how it would be. It's just So Far Gone is insane too. And I still say, man, that not The Calm, but the other one that he did the 808s and Heartbreak beat off of.
Say I Will.
No. Yeah, it was a Say I Will beat, but it was called something else. I have to bring it up now because I'm going to hate myself if I don't.
Oh, what was that one called?
But
We're talking about when he lost the one where he talks about losing his blueberry
Blackberry
or his blackberry. I said his blueberry.
has blueberries.
Blueberry. Ugh.
That song, though, is... I think he has his best bars of all... As I find the song on my MacBook, it just died.
Dies.
So forget it. But we'll come back to it later. Drake is amazing.
Yeah.
And So Far Gone is amazing. But for me, Continuum is the song that I choose to listen to again for the very first time if
Album.
I could. Album. And you, it's Kanye West.
808s and Heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
What's
Two
cool though
really
is
good.
those are. I mean, I don't think 808s is in your top 5. However, Continuum is in my top 5 and 808s is in my top 5. So I find that kind of interesting.
808s is in my... Oh, man. 808s is in my. They're definitely top 20, possibly top 10.
But that's why I love 808s, is because
Yeah.
the Kanye West on 808s is so different from College Dropout. You can have them
Yeah.
both in your top
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
because they're just completely sonically different.
Completely different Kanye's. 100%. I definitely agree with that. So last Friday night, I think it was. Well, technically it's last Friday now for us, but last week Friday night was the season opener for NBA. We saw the Cavs versus the Celtics.
Yeah.
We saw our boy Gordon Hayward on the very first night after signing a really big deal. Very first game of the Celtics. Totally just broken ankle. He's going to be out the whole season most likely. So prayers to Gordon Hayward. Really competitive game down the wire. I think we were all tweeting about the same thing, about how the game came down to the last second. Kyrie Irving shoots, misses, and there was an automatic handshake and respect shown between two teammates that have every reason in the world to have some animosity. And there probably still is, but like there's a respect thing. You know what I mean? I bring you down
It's
to the wire.
master versus sensei.
It felt
or
good.
wait, sensei versus
Since
grasshopper.
Yeah. But it was really interesting. It was really interesting to watch. I think everyone was watching for it. And did you see at the end of the third quarter when LeBron got the ball in the post and Kyrie was guarding him? The crowd.
Oh god, yeah, they got so high.
They had been waiting to see that the entire night, and unfortunately the ball like went out of bounds or something. Nothing happened. It got passed. But just to see that excitement showed the man. I love sports. Like
yeah.
Basketball is one of the only sports that you can dribble down the court and point to someone and be like, "Come here."
Dude, that's and slap
here.
the floor like
Bro, you can't do that in football. Like if you're a running back, you want to go at a linebacker, like you can,
Yeah.
but you can't.
Bro,
like it's not the same
The All-Star
thing.
game is about to be so
It's so
legit.
good. So good. So I appreciate that. The Bulls are beating themselves. Literally, we had Bobby Portis got in a fight, broke Niko Mirotic's face all up. So shout out to the Bulls, man. Fire gear packs. I don't know. I think this year for the NBA is going to be really interesting. Washington looks good. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that's around the way you say it. He's up there for MVP, bro. He's up there. Like, he could possibly win MVP this season. He's nasty. The East, it's funny because they have, like, the single stars that are, like, really, really great. Like Giannis, John Wall, Bron, Kyrie. In the West, just have the teams. Like, the full teams that are looking really, really good. So, I don't know. Early predictions, I think it's going to be Cavs Warriors again. Unfortunately, it sucks because injuries already are taking place, like Gordon Hayward. So we won't get to see a lot of the matchups we wanted.
It's just so funny. The Warriors had KD and Steph get ejected.
I know.
That's so funny.
Steph threw his mouthpiece
mouthpiece
like,
at a
super
ref, and then KD just flicked him off.
hard. Yeah,
Like,
it's so funny.
Green was serious about it, though. Did you see his
Yeah.
comments after the game? He's like, "Nah, like you can't have that. There's
Yeah.
a reason why we're not winning games when people get ejected."
Yeah. Yeah.
But Steph owned up.
Yeah, Steph
He
said
owned
that's
up
not
to
what
it.
he plays for. He has to remember who he plays for. And that's good.
That's what you gotta do. Can't be like, "Oh well."
Yeah. Shout out to sports, man.
Sports great.
New
Time.
NBA season has started. I think it's going to be good.
It's gonna be a good time.
We're going to move on to our top five.
Top five.
This week, we're giving you our top 5 favorite TV show theme songs. It should be fun. Once again, go to Daps_pounds on Twitter and give us your favorite 5 TV show theme songs. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll start and just get this off the board because I know we probably won't have it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Born and
One of the most
raised.
iconic theme songs of all time.
Yep.
It's amazing. Shout out to Will Smith. Shout out to Jaden. Why not? Yeah, man. Fresh Prince. Iconic show.
They play it
iconic
in a
theme
club. That's the song I was telling. The
True
theme song I was
change,
telling. They
they
play it
do.
in club. That's how iconic it is.
Yeah.
Born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days. Next up on me is Smallville. Somebody save me!
So good. So good. Smallville.
Dude, that was like
Smallville was so lit, dude.
Smallville's theme song, like, it didn't bother me as many times as I listened to it.
And back to Smallville came out like now, like in the Netflix era where that should be on Netflix. But anyway, if it came out on the Netflix era where you can skip intro, I probably wouldn't. I probably just,
that one was so lit.
Let it play, yo.
So Smallville's on my list too.
Friends. What's crazy is I'm not saying Friends because of me being in love with the show. I'm saying it because it's iconic and because it's one of the best. If you are in a different room and you hear that, or if you hear that on the radio, that's where your mind goes. So it's one of those iconic things. No one can tell you that there's ever be this. Man, Friends took me a long time to get into. I watched the whole thing and I was like, oh, I get why people like it, but I was never in love with it how other people were in love with it. But that theme song, when you hear it, you know what it is. So to me, that's one of the most favorite theme songs on a TV show.
Nice. I think I'll just get it out of the way because no one's gonna know this. But it's Naruto Shippuden. It is the theme song on so there's like 20 different intros. So each season, like they kind of like eventually do a new intro. And this one was for the 9th different one. So I don't know, season 9 or whatever you want to call it. But that intro, this girl, she hits this melody and it's been stuck in my head ever since I've listened to it for the very first time. And I would always skip ahead on anime intros because there's so many episodes, like you need to shave off those 2 minutes. Like they add up. And I would skip ahead on almost all of them besides this song because it was always that like. Anyways, if you really want to listen to it, go for it. Naruto Shippuden. It says on the YouTube, it's like OP9 is what it is. But anyways, I don't know what it is. That's my favorite anime intro. And then, yeah.
I will go with the high school years of Boy Meets World. When it's Boy Meets World, it's Boy Meets World. Growing up with the thing that we call life. And what we're doing. So good. Boy Meets World. Those years of the theme song were so good. Shout out to Boy Meets World.
When it's Boy Meets World. Next up for me.
All right.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you Pokemon. Dude, I mean, that's iconic. The Pokemon theme song is iconic. Like
it is iconic.
I belted it out in Saturday morning cartoons when I watched
I'm not a
show.
Pokemon guy, but I know the song.
You're
which
right.
shows you that it's iconic.
Exactly.
It's iconic. It was a time in history.
Yeah, and there was like this video I watched of like Kind of Funny. Right? They did a live show. Cisco, okay, Thong Song guy, is actually a huge fan of Kind of Funny. And for the live show, Cisco came out on stage and sang the Pokemon theme song.
Good Lord.
But the thing is, the video, the crowd goes wild. Like, everybody knows it. They're belting it out at the top of their lungs. So it's pretty cool.
Pokemon's iconic. Family Matters, man. The Steve Urkel.
Oh my gosh.
It's a grand tradition. This day and age, you're reading a good book on a newspaper page. On the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, there's a magic word inside this digital walls. It's so good. Like,
yeah,
it was just so good. Shout out to Family Matters, man. It was just that song. You just knew. You just knew it was lit as soon as it was on. So yeah, Family Matters for me, for sure.
Dude, wow, that was a good one.
Fire.
Then I do that.
Fire.
Yeah, that was good. And I actually have this one. I looked over and I saw that you have it too.
What?
You know, it's that, and then we do it all the time.
All that are
This is all that. This is all that.
Come on.
Guys, we are super 90s right now.
Yeah.
We are just 90s.
You know it's all that, and yo, we
out.
do it all the time.
That's crazy. In fact, I have a full 90s. This is all 90s. My whole list is just
You have memories,
90s.
bro.
About.
That was a good one. Oh
They don't
my
make them like
gosh.
they used to, kids. They don't make them like they used to. Good segment. That was our top five. Make sure you go to Daps_pounds. Let us know your top 5 favorite TV show theme songs. We're going to close the show out the only way we know how. Dobie, tell us what are our 101 conversation starters for couples.
In retrospect, what is something your parents were wise in doing in raising you?
For Christmas, I got a Nickelodeon, keeping it on the 90s. I got a full, huge, my godmother, huge, bro. I'm talking like as big as this table and then like down. It was a full Nickelodeon slime kit. All right.
Yo.
And my mom looked at it and took it away. Bro, I didn't even get a chance. It had like the slime in there. You were supposed to take this like chemical and mix it with water and it would become slime. And it was like a lot of it. Bro, I didn't even get to open it, bro. I found it on Toys R Us since, and I've thought about like wrapping it up one Christmas and putting it under the tree. So she opens it and like freaks out, and I may actually do that.
Dude, that'd be
But
so
bro,
funny.
it's on eBay for like, it's kind of expensive because it's so iconic, but like she took it. She didn't even like let me think about it. And I cried, bro. We had beef for like 3 days. We had beef almost until New Year's that year. I remember.
They were wise in that, though?
Yes, bro. I would have ruined the house. Looking back on that, taking things like that away from me at that age, oh my goodness. Smartest thing she ever did in her life.
Oh, that's funny.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
I would say probably just like my parents just like really encouraging me to just like save up money to buy my own car.
Yeah, that's good.
Something like that, you know.
Yeah.
They do a good job. Wise also in just teaching me about the Lord in that way, and you know, trying to make me understand it's like not what they want me. Like, of course they like me, but like don't do it for them. You know,
Right.
do it for yourself.
Right.
They're very upfront about that from an early age, so I think that was wise as well. So yeah, man.
That sounds good. Guys, if you skipped the intro and you've just been listening since the good, bad, or the new music segment, let me tell you what this is. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobby.
represent 2 mics, 2 friends,
friends.
1 show, the Daps and Pound Show.
Oh.
Thank you. Episode 37. We love you. Tune in next week. We'll be here every Monday. Goodbye. Shouts to shout out.
Gang.
Gang.
Daps and pounds. This is Daps and pounds. This is Daps and pounds.